Hello everybody and welcome back to the next installment of our starting zone walkthroughs. It's time to create a new character. The game is World of Warcraft. It is an MMORPG, more commonly known as an MMORPG. And yeah, we've already done a Draenei Hunter. So now it's time to move on to DUN MOROGH, and we're going to do a Dwarf and a Gnome. So this is our very first episode. Here you can see, just a side note, dwarf hunters get bears as a pet. We're not going to be a hunter, we're going to be a mage. So, dwarves. What does it mean to be a dwarf? You get a couple racial abilities. One of them is frost resistance. This is an ability that makes you more amenable to frost damage. It doesn't do as much damage against you. It's an ability that increases as you level up. So at level 1 you'll have 1 frost damage. At level 2 you'll have 2. And that'll just go up like that as you level. What else does a dwarf have that's notable? You guys can read that. Pause if you want. Okay, yeah. If they're using guns or maces, you know, they get bonuses. With guns, they get a increased critical chance. So say you're a hunter, you know, that's a plus. With maces, you get more expertise. What expertise does is it makes it harder for your target to dodge your attacks with the weapon in question. A mace for dwarves. That doesn't matter to us. That's all null because we are a mage and we won't be using maces or guns. What else? Yeah, they have an ability called Explorer. What does it say here? Find additional archaeology fragments and survey faster. So yeah, you do survey faster. However, the cooldown for the ability is not decreased, so that it kind of cancels out that advantage. You do get more artifacts, or fragments of artifacts, anyways, every time you do survey. But we're not even going to get into archaeology. Yeah, that all pertains to the secondary profession, archaeology. We're not going to get into that for a while. So yeah, let's not worry about it. The biggest bonus for being a dwarf is something called Stone Form. Infamous if you're an older player. This got nerfed hard in Wrath of the Lich King. And again, well, it depending on who you are, it got nerfed in patch 4.0.6. Currently, what the ability does is it decreases the damage that you take for 8 seconds. It's an instant ability, and when you cast it, it will remove all poison, bleed, and disease debuffs that you are currently inflicted with. That's all we need to know about being a dwarf. Let's move on to being a mage. Mages are a ranged damage per second roll. They also take care of some crowd control by casting Polymorph, or apparently they can freeze people to the ground and shit. They can conjure their own water and food, so you don't have to buy anything like that. However, I don't know if it's profitable to do this, as it is, you know, cooking your own with the cooking profession. We'll find that out in this playthrough. What else can mages do? I'm really excited because mages can teleport. Never been a mage before, and then I'm pumped to try this out. So yeah, mages can teleport to any major city of their faction from anywhere in the world. So that'll be real cool. They got 3 specialties. That's arcane, frost, and fire. And I know that if you pick a frost mage, you have a permanent water elemental pet that can follow you around. So you know, that's pretty cool too about being a mage. Enough of this boring stuff. Let's get started. This guy looks walrusy enough for me. I'm going to call this guy the Walrus. However, that name will probably be taken, so I'm going to do some alt code here. Hold down alt and press 393. Yeah, okay. Here we are, the Walrus. So there's a new character. Yeah, we're in the Underbog realm. I will make sure to look up some information on that when I introduce the gnome, so that you guys can know about the realm that we're playing on, and possibly maybe join me for a couple sessions. Yeah, it'll be great. So after this loading screen, you'll be introduced to the dwarf narrative, and so will I. Haven't played a dwarf since I started playing the game way back in the day, Vanilla WoW. So yeah, this all takes place in between. What you're about to hear is a summative of what takes place between Wrath of the Lich King and this Cataclysm expansion. The only ones I've seen so far are the Horde ones, so it'll be pretty cool. Let's go, loading screen. Great artwork, though. Here we are.
Great change has come to the enduring halls of Ironforge. Obsessed with the workings of the Titans, the dwarves retrieved their creator's mystical tablets from the fabled city of Ulduar. Activating one such tablet, King Magni Bronzebeard fell prey to a terrible curse that fused his statue-like form into the diamond heart of Ironforge itself. To compound this tragedy, Magni's estranged daughter Moira arrived, claiming her father's throne for herself and for her infant dark iron son.
What?
To avert civil war, the dwarves created the Council of Three Hammers, an uneasy coalition that would share power equally amongst the clans. Now, with political upheaval rising within the kingdom, and the great cataclysm ravaging the surrounding lands, the future of Ironforge falls to brave dwarves like you.
Well, that is something. This guy is just ripping it up, eh? Alright, well, here we are. We're a Dwarf Mage. Set up our interface. Auto loot, okay. Action bars, bottom left, bottom right, right and right too. Okay. Good for that. It's a bit noisy. Just move this stuff around. I'll move that over here. I'll take my Hearthstone out. Okay, so we start right in front of Joran Ironstock. I'll show you what we're wearing first. We got the Apprentice's set. Pants, boots, and a robe. We're carrying a bent staff. That's it. Our starting attributes. Strength is the highest for a dwarf. But we're going to be concentrating on intellect, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and a little bit of spirit too, right? Stamina will be kind of important. Attack power. DPS. Okay, dwarf mages, not dwarves, but mages have their own calculation for attack power. Not that you guys need to know this, but I will show you how to calculate that. Again, as a mage, we are going to refrain from melee combat. However, if you want to know, this is the calculation. You're going to take your strength score, and you're going to multiply that by 2. So in that case, that gives us 50. And then you're going to subtract the number 20 from your sum, giving us 30 attack power. Again, not that that matters at all. But alright, let's get to it. Joran Ironstock, the local mountaineer captain, is here to offer us a quest called Hold the Line. And apparently, as you can see, the Troggs have seemingly risen out of the ground, and they're attacking everybody. And all the mountaineers around here need some help fending them off. So we're going to help them do that by getting some distance, targeting the Rockjaw invader, and casting a fireball. Our starting mage ability, doing quite a chunk of damage. That's pretty beautiful. It's good. It's an ability that's got a 40-yard range, so you can actually cast it from quite far away. Currently, it takes a second and a half to cast, and that will be affected by kickback if you were to get hit while you were casting it. So that cast time isn't solid. It can change if you're under attack. And it does fire damage, so, oh, look at that, a small red pouch. That is golden. Doesn't happen very often. Sweet. So yeah, I think in all the starting zones, you'll have mobs that have a chance of dropping one of those small pouches. I think you can get a bunch of different colors. I think there's a black pouch, a green pouch, a brown pouch, a red pouch, and maybe there's a blue pouch too, I'm not sure. So anyway, in this quest, we have to kill 6 Rockjaw invaders. I'll give you guys a close-up of this mob. They are ugly freaks, let me tell you. Hug mode. Oh, he's taking a hate on for us. I guess I ended up damaging him a bit. There we go. So yeah, Fireball does quite a bit of damage. Very nice, actually. I don't know why it is that I haven't played a mage sooner, but that is the way it is, and now you guys can experience it with me. I'm actually really excited for it. I'm actually going to be introducing a new segment of hopefully each show that I do, and it's going to be called Wardrobe Time. Maybe I'll change it to T-shirt time, where I will model for you guys the quest rewards that are wearable, such as right now.
What can I do for you?
Where we returned to the quest to Jorn Ironstock, and he offers us 3 different options of what to wear. So let's check it out. All we got to do is hold down Control and click on the object in question. First is the Trogg Repeller Chainmail, and this is the male option for wearers. Say you're a paladin or a fighter, you'll be picking this to wear. And then there's the Lent Hands. This is the leather option for your hand slot. And then there's the Perimeter Bridges, and that's what we'll be grabbing because we can only wear cloth as mages anyway. So we'll take the Perimeter Bridges from Joran, and he will offer us a follow-up quest that we are forced to accept. But I'm not even going to talk about that this episode, so I'm going to abandon it right now. And we'll get into that next episode. Now that we've got our new gear, we're going to put that on for an increase of 2 armor. Bum ba da bum. Yeah, I know it's not that much, but hey, we'll take what we can get. For the end of this episode, I'm going to introduce you guys to Adlin Pridedrift. He's the general supplies vendor in Coldridge Valley. Just going to sell our apprentice's pants for 1 single copper, and yeah, we'll talk a bit about this guy. Any general supplies vendor is going to sell, you know, a smorgasbord of stuff, not completely random, but they got a bunch of random stuff in their inventory. This guy in question has he sells bread and water. What the bread will do is, if you sit down and eat it, you can slowly regain your green health bar, your hit points. And if you're drinking a liquid, like a water, what you'll do is for mana users anyway, and I'm pretty sure it's only for mana users, you'll refill the blue bar, which is mana. This guy also sells some small brown pouches if you don't get lucky like I did, and pick up a small red pouch for yourself. That's basically all I got to say about Adlin here. And yeah, next episode, what we will do is we'll do a slew of new quests, and I'll introduce you guys to Anvilmar, the home of the dwarf starting area in Coldridge Valley. But until then, peace. See you guys next ep.